fire me for driving too fast at 15 kilometers per hour then tell me to drive back to district office? You got it boss. TL doctor fired by raging boss, MC extra $300, show up a week later in different job and new boss keeps me in old boss's face after finding out why. Gonna be kinda long one, but I have an MC and a pro revenge in one. A friend reminded me of this when talking about all the forest fires burning in Canada right now. In the late 80s I got a job with the Ministry of Natural Resources driving to support fighting forest fires. Great job. Just over double minimum wage, major bonus 19, and they had no limit to the number of hours you could work. Fire season started early by mid-May. I was supporting one that was, I think, long time ago 300-400 hectares and growing quickly 1 hectare 2.5 acres. Back then I think the whole district was around 100 plus 000 square kilometer, think all of Indiana. So there was a lot of driving. One day I get to the on-site HQ and get told to wait while they found me a return load. Little later I am told to go to the helicopter staging area to pick up the fire bus FB. To preface, the road was shit. I pick him and a few others up and make my way back. Halfway there I hit a deep pothole and the FB just loses it. Starts bellowing about goddamned kids speeding, no respect etc. For the 5 minutes it takes to get back. I found out on the way there that going too fast was not a good deal, so made sure to not go faster than 15 kilometers per hour 9 miles per hour. As soon as we get to base camp slams his way out of the truck and screams you're fired. Get back to district and have them process you. Okay, fuck you very much sir. We were deep in the bush. I don't know how deep, but it took me close to 7 hours to get there. Cue malicious compliance. I grabbed 2 20 liters gas cans 5 gallons and set off. Real slow. If 15 kilometers per hour was too fast for these roads then the proper speed was obviously however fast the truck went at idle unless there was a hill. I wasn't a monster. It took 22 hours to reach the first paved road and then I set the cruise control 5 kilometers per hour below the limit and went to get fired. Extra $300 issue me. I process out, and I meet one of the guys, call him crew boss CB, who taught the level 1 forest firefighter course I took before I got hired to drive. We got along well, but there are only 2 new full-time hires that year and none on his crew. He had just come with one of his guys who broke his leg and was going to personnel to find someone new. I was quickly hired on as his 4th. 2 hours later I'm being driven to meet his crew at a fire. Couple says later that fire is declared out and we are off to a new fire. Yup, the fire I was fired from. Kinda revenge-ish, but it get better. Q pro revenge. CB it turns out is besties with FB. So FB has our crew as the initial response crew. This meant that we spent a lot of time riding in the helicopter with FB and responding to jump fires that would take minimal time to deal with. It took a week before he recognized me and I watched out the corner of my eye. Something I thought was only in books or said as an exaggeration. This guy went from pink to red to actually turning purple. I couldn't hear what was being said, but I see the skittle flowing out as he yelled into headset and I got some major side-eye from CB for the rest of the flight. When CB asked about it later, and I explained including the drive back, he almost passed himself. Turns out, surprise, FB has a long history of exploding over nothing and taking it out on the nearest poor bastard. He ended up firing 2 more guys over the same thing and likely the same pothole. So CB knew what he was like, but they got along really well. Turns out he also really liked poking the bear. For the rest of that fire CB made sure I was seated so I was the first person he saw if he looked over his shoulder. On a later fire our crew got admin duties and CB was FB's too. I got to be his CB put his helper monkey and FB's jock hitch. The rest of the crew knew so there wasn't any friction and they got a kick out it. It was a great summer and I worked for CB 3 more summers through uni. Always went back with great stories, really nice money. I collected unemployment during school, not sure if it was legal but no one said anything and pretty sure time has run out anyway. In amazing shape but with a really weird tan.